Well, hello, and welcome to Yoga for Recovery. This is Simple Endurance Coaching. I am Paul Warloski. I hope you had a good weekend, because of which you need to do a lot of recovery, and hopefully you've been doing some today. I did a yoga class this morning, and we just kind of relaxed. It was nice. Tonight, we are going to be doing some pigeon poses and working on some hips and our front body. But before, Bruce Lee, he was fast. But his brother, Sudden Lee, he was faster. Take that. All right. So, here we go. I can hear my wife going, face plant already. So, what we do in these yoga for recoveries is simply work on one, maybe two poses that are meant to be helping the recovery process and helping you move a little bit better. So for the pigeon pose, we're going to start with getting into a downward dog. I lost the name for a second. Hang on one second. Just close the door. So we'll start in a downward dog. And in a downward dog, you can see the goal is to be a V, to have your feet and your feet and your hips line in a straight line, and your hands and your hips in a straight line. And clearly I'm not getting anywhere close, and that's okay. So come up on the inhale on your toes. Exhale your right heel down. Inhale up. Exhale your left heel down. Inhale both heels down on the exhale. Try to breathe through your nose. This is our warm-up pose. And just keep exhaling and dropping your heels. All right, let's do one more breath. And down. Good. All right, so it's inhale, bring your right knee forward. And then what we'll do, and I'm going to turn so you can see this. Turn your knee just a little bit. All right? So I'm not trying to bring my foot all the way out and make a 90-degree angle. I'm just bringing my right knee to the ground. And then I'm going to scooch my left knee back as far as I'm able to. All right? That'll be the first step. All right. Then we are going to start with sleeping pigeon first. And sleeping pigeon, we'll bring our elbows to the ground or to the mat. And from here, depending on what kind of flexibility you have, you can put your head down. You can even bring your arms out and come all the way down. I mean, it depends entirely on what your body will let you do. So here's what we'll do for the recovery part. And I'm going to turn this way so you can see it. Again, I'm going to scooch my left knee back as far, you're not trying to force anything in this. You're just trying to let your body move. And we're trying to do more mobility than actual stretching work. So on the inhale, I'm going to lift my hip up so my right butt cheek comes up, and I'm shifting my hips to the left a little bit. And on the exhale, I'm trying to let my right hip and right butt cheek come closer to the mat. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, roll your hips up, and exhale. So this variation is all we're going to be working on tonight. But we'll do a couple of other pieces to pigeons. This is sleeping pigeon. Again, just move with your breath. And that's all you gotta do is move your hips a little bit and just let them open. I can feel this starting to open all the way to the ground. It's just starting to open. Again, you don't want to be, well, for our purposes, you don't want to just hold a static stretch. Okay, now I'm going to come up to a regular pigeon. And maybe there's a name for this, but I don't know what it is. All right, so my hands are on the mat, and I'm going to try to scooch my knee back just a little bit. But I'm doing the same thing that I just was, but I'm going to try and create a little bit more of a back bend. So I'm going to get at my left hip flexors just a little bit more. So I'm going to flip around so you can see what's happening in the front. So if you have a block, and I don't know where mine went to, that's okay. I'm just going to be on my knuckles here. So I'm trying to get at my left hip flexors just a little bit more. And I'm doing the same thing. Inhale, coming up, exhale, sinking down, and almost a little back. Again, I'm not trying to force a stretch, especially into the left hip flexor and into the psoas, which is that muscle on the inside of my hip. If you force that, you're just going to hurt things, and your body is just going to tense up, and it'll say, no, you're not doing that. Inhale and exhale. We're going to try something next that is just going to be a bit of a challenge. But once you get into the pose, and I'll show you a modification. Okay, we'll have one more breath. Good. And then I am going to walk over and get a towel. Just normal, everyday towel. And what we're going to do is try to get into a king pigeon, and we'll just do the best we can with this. So, back in pigeon pose. All right, I'm going to scoot my right knee back, my left knee rather. So king pigeon is going to be about bringing my ankle up and trying to reach back here and grab a hold of my foot. Okay, like this. Okay, my other option is to be taking my towel, and I'm going to have to unwrap myself and use the towel or strap and do the king pigeon that way. Okay, so here we go. This is falling over king pigeon. All right, so here's my pose. So bringing the knee back as far as it'll go. Inhale and relax. Exhale, I'm going to pull my ankle just a little bit closer. So now this is a bigger stretch, bigger mobility movement in my left hip flexor. And I'm still trying to scoot my right hip down to the mat. Inhale, rotate up, exhale. Yeah, this is going all right. All right, now I'm going to pull out of there, come back into a downward dog. Leave the towel there because I'll use it in a moment. In a downward dog, we're going to kind of counteract a little bit of what we did. So inhale, again, come up on your tiptoes. Exhale, come down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, both heels down. All right, now I'm going to bring my left knee forward and do pigeon on this side. So again, we're just going to do sleeping pigeon here. Come down on my elbows. And now I'm going to be rotating my hips forward and to the right a little bit, and then trying to sink my left butt cheek to the ground. So we have Yoga for Recovery every Monday night at 7:30. And this is what we do. We spend 10, 15 minutes on one or two poses and really kind of dig into them as a tool for mobility, which is then going to help our recovery. Increase blood flow, blah, 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 blah. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and then Thursday at 6 p.m. we have yoga for endurance athletes, and it's a flow class. Kind of depends on what is needed based on the emails that I get about what we need to work on. It's a lot of hip strengthening, core strengthening, movement. All right, let's come on up onto our knuckles or onto our hands. Start working on a little bit of the hip flexor. We also have a yoga for endurance athletes course where I have 6 classes that you get for way less than you would pay in a studio. Exhale and bring your hip down. And it's all geared towards us as riders, as runners, as triathletes, working especially on our hips and our core. So check out the website, simpleendurancecoaching.com, and get an idea of what there is to offer for yoga, for strength training, and for coaching. All right. I'm going to bring up my foot, bring my left hand over, see if I can reach behind me and grab this foot. Might be a little bit easier than the last one. And sometimes it feels like it's going to cramp. I'm going to flip around here and use the towel again. All right, so now wrap it around my ankle. We'll come in a king pigeon. This king pigeon crashing into a wall. This certainly is not queen pigeon because there's no grace. All right, let's try this again. Here we go. All right. The key is to have the knee set up. All right, so inhale, relax, exhale, roll down and forward. Just do a few more breaths. Try to breathe in through our nose. Exhale and relax. And again, we're just moving with our breath. And again, you can do yoga anywhere. You know, this is my garage and it is my studio. All right, a couple more breaths. Try to really just let everything open. You're not trying to force anything, just letting it happen. It's like you're inhaling and then just letting the air come out. All right, now I'm going to let go of everything. It was a little easier than I thought, huh? All right. Let us come into a seated position and practice your breathing just for a moment. Breathe in through your nose, in through your belly, and let your air just come out. You're not trying to force it out or let it or push it out. You're just letting it escape, as it were. All right, that's it. All right, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. On simpleendurancecoaching.com. You can try out a class for free. And I think Everyday Yoga is the code to try it. Everyday Yoga, then you can sign up for tomorrow morning or Thursday at 6 p.m. We will have a class, so sign up and let me know that you're going to be there. Let me know if there's anything you want to work on. Send me an email at paulw@simpleendurancecoaching.com. All right, thanks.